So, recently the Tokyo Revengers manga has been getting some controversy. I thought I might post a full review of chapter 231. But after seeing some people's opinions about the chapter, I thought it would be better to talk about this topic instead. So in today's video, I am going to talk about two things. First one is Mikey's dark impulsivity. Then the second one is about the controversy over the manga. I'm going to share it with you. And we are going to talk about Mikey throughout this whole video. If you are interested in discussing, watch the full video. As usual guys, before going into the video, I would kindly appreciate it if you can drop a like on the video and consider subscribing to the channel. Let's go into the video now. So, basically the chapter was so good story-wise, but some people did not like the way it was portrayed, especially the dark impulsivity. Before we look at the controversy, let's take a look at Mikey's mental state. At the beginning of the chapter, we saw both Mikey and Kikucho fighting. But it can't even be called a fight. Mikey deliberately allowed Kikucho to hit him. This is something that happens throughout the series. In the Black Dragon arc, we saw Taiju defeating Mikey in one punch. But the reason behind it is to punish himself for the mistake he made. The same thing is happening throughout the series. Although he is not responsible for what happened, he blames himself for everything that happened. In the same case now, Mikey blames himself for the Draken's death. He failed to save him. But I'm not sure if Mikey still knows about the Draken death. But he allowed Kikucho to punish himself as usual before he lost control. Also, some Japanese fans pointed out one thing on this page. Mikey is said to be sending So's signal while talking about Draken. It's a kind of Morse code. If you are wondering what that means, Morse code or Morse is a code used for sending messages. It represents each letter of the alphabet using short and long sounds or flashes of light, which can be written down as dots and dashes. So, Ken Wakui-sensei does precisely well even in small things like this. Draken, his friend and heart, is now gone. Cause of that he felt empty and give up letting his dark impulsives devours him. Mikey dark impulsivity was foreshadowed since the Valhalla arc. Every time after that, it became worse and more dangerous. And the main reason why he became evil in every arc. This time it is worse than expected. If he fights against it, he will eventually lose it. In Kikucho's panel we can see very well how his dark impulsivity slowly starts to swallow him. So finally we have a chance to see how detrimental Mikey's dark impulsivity can be. So the fight between South and Mikey is going to be intense. And we see he dies in Takemichi's future vision. It was so horrible. We'll just have to wait and see in the next chapter if he can stop it. I'm so excited for the next chapter. So, now let's come to the second topic of this video. I personally like that double spread page of Mikey. But at the same time, most people do not like the way Ken Wakui-sensei portrayed dark impulsivity. I also understand why some people don't like it. I do not want to lie. When Mikey's dark impulsivity started to swallow him slowly, I remembered Venom when I first saw it. You can see well in this picture. Some black object swallows him. The next page was even scarier. But some people misunderstood this. It's nothing like Power Up. He tried to tell us how bad Mikey's dark impulse was. We saw Mikey's dark impulse portrayed in several previous chapters. It was all portrayed as normal. But what happened in it was worst. But this time it was as scary as we had never seen before. If this is what it's like for Mikey every time his dark impulses take over. And it's been that way since he was a young teenager. And especially this panel right here. There's no darkness in his eyes. It's just blank and vacant. Empty. This is the most dark impulsivity Mikey after all. And Bonton. Even he looks so empty and no soul, he still remember all his friends include Draken still alive and safe out there. But this time, Draken is died. So, this is the most darkest impulsivity of him. And this is the first time we've seen him like this. I'm sure it's gotten worse in the years he was away from Draken. And the rest. But imagine how much he must have struggled having to come to terms with this is who he is. And this is what he's capable of. It's no wonder he was able to kill those closest to him in other timelines. So let me tell you this again. We finally get a chance to see just how detrimental the impulses and urges can be. Both to Mikey and whoever he has his sights set on. Takemichi doesn't want Mikey to become a killer because he swore he'd save him from that. And Mikey probably doesn't think he's capable. So, I still like the way Ken Wakui-sensei does it. We can see why he did it. He wanted to picture Mikey's dark impulsivity at its worst. If he didn't, we won't see the difference it makes. Comparing to South and Senju. And in this Three Deities arc, not only Mikey, but also Senju and South are portrayed in the same way. The difference between the impulses of the deities. South sits as if they both have a pact, since they both love destruction and violence. As for Senju, it seems that she controls it whenever she wants. And then there is Mikey, who lets himself be devoured by it. Even if all three have dark impulses, it is clear that they are totally different. Their alter egos depends on their backstory, and for that, I think Mikey's is the most dangerous one. Takemichi already know about what gonna happen to South. Cause Mikey didn't hold his dark impulsivity anymore. We can see his eyes seems empty, like no soul on there. Purely only the dark who controlling everything. The effects are just a way to show their aura. Or how Mikey changed. It's not something real that people sees. It's a way of show how their traumas and mental illness devours them. Not a hidden power to make them stronger. Same with people saying angry has superpowers or a power-up. No, he doesn't. It's the same thing as an adrenaline rush or when you let your emotions take control over. If you have no control of what you're doing. And I think Ken Wakui-sensei did an amazing job portraying it on the last chapter. So before I finish the video, I want to say this thing. Izana asked Mikey, how does it feel to become an empty shell? But at that time Mikey had his trusted friends by his side. But now Mikey seems to be empty. It makes more sense. So since we are in the final arc, I think something unexpected will happen. I'm wondering what the outcome of Mikey and Takemichi will be. If you have any thoughts or theories, let me know in the comment section below. Anyway, if you guys like this video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe, and good luck to all.